we get experimental science. We're curious, non-judgmental.
Why, hello everyone. Welcome the heck on in. How are y'all doing today? We have to start off with the kitty cat. That is indeed a cat, Sam. Or as Buttspot said, that is an ant. We have Grimly, Ramon, Lara Gale, Smike Seas is in his house. Beautiful Grimly. How are y'all doing today? Buttspot got it right, y'all, for the first time. That is ant. Oh, Buttspot. How's everyone doing today? Great to have y'all here. We're at the Apalachicola. Let's zoom out. The Apalachicola National Estuary Research Reserve, Nature Center, and restrooms. And there's a lot of cool nature walks here. There's even some plant ID stuff. Birds seen or heard this May. That's pretty cool. We have a mouse, a woodpecker, cardinals, osprey, plants blooming. That's super cool. And the butterfly garden too, Lita.
Ooh, we'll have to check out the butterfly garden. They also have whale vertebrae down here that we could check out. So guys, we're going to pop into the nature center, and I think they're going to give us a good rundown of what an estuary is. But for those of you who maybe aren't familiar with the terminology, sometimes it's also called salt marshes. The idea is estuaries are where fresh water intersect with salt water, and it creates really interesting and diverse ecosystems. It's really important to the productivity of local fishermen, etc., as well as really important part of just the water system of the area. Resilience of the ecosystem, resistance to storms. It plays a lot of really important roles. So we'll see what they have to say in the Nature Center. We'll also be editorializing, as you guys can always expect. This is a whale backbone species unknown, but found on St. George Island.
1990.
This is cool though, right?
Oh, it's like I shouldn't touch it. Oh, low bit rate.
Low bit rate.
It's because I turned it downward. Your mic did the funky thing. Okay, it's just for a second. As long as it's just a second. I don't know why, Lara Gale. You'd assume that we'd have all technological things worked out, but...
Is there Wi-Fi here?
That's a good question. Give us 1 second, y'all. All right, y'all. No luck with the...
Joining the Wi-Fi.
No luck with the Wi-Fi. Do have the watershed here connecting three states. It looks like Georgia, Alabama, Florida. Let me just make sure that we're live. There we go. Y'all can see us. Okay, cool. Cool beans. And then we have the bay there.
Wait. You didn't tell people. So this vast area is connected through the Apalachicola, Chattahoochee, Flint River Basin. It's a vast watershed. And for those of you who want to know what a watershed is, it's all of the land area that drains into a single body of water. So all of these small rivers and streams slowly start massing together, feeding larger rivers that eventually deposit all the way down into that Gulf of Mexico.
That's cool.
And help feed the estuaries and salt marshes.
Here's the look at the bay. How do they know where we are?
So what's really, and I'm sure this nature center is going to talk to us about it, but what's really cool, so guys, this is where we're staying, and you can see how narrow the island is. And the habitats, as we were looking, are really different on the ocean side versus the bay side. And as we start getting into the smaller bay, so where the estuaries actually are, this is meeting saltwater. So freshwater is meeting saltwater, and there's a gradient through here. So there's going to be different animals and plant species up here versus those down here. The ones right at the sort of bay entrance are going to be very salt tolerant. The ones farther up are going to have a more mild salt tolerance until you get all the way into those that can only tolerate the fresh water. That's sort of the boundary edge for the ecosystem we're talking about. And because the ocean water fluctuates, as we know, right? There's high tide and low tide. All of these little critters, animals, and also plant life have to have a pretty wide range for the salt tolerance that they can take, because there's going to be daily cycling of salt influx versus fresh water. So they have to be really, their biology has to be really clever in order to sustain a wide range of insults, a wide range of changes of salinity, which is really neat. And a lot of them can do it for short periods of time, but when there are big storms or long periods of drought, so there's not enough fresh water, for instance, that's when the ecosystem can start to get into some real trouble. But hopefully that makes sense. So this is what we're looking at. This is a big research center. Researchers from all around the country partner with them here to do active, funded research, not just on this particular estuary, but it's a good proxy to understand estuaries around the country, since we know they're such an important and kind of specific ecosystem.
And yes, Mike's the organisms that thrive in semi-salty, brackish water. In an estuary, the misting of the water supports a very rich mix of life. And Island J, welcome on in. How's it going?
It's just this semi-salty water, as you can imagine, is a huge gradient going all the way from full-on salt water to fresh water. And so there are, like I said, different plant life at the different gradient steps.
Right, so it's not just like a
simple... Yeah, it's not just like it's brackish water and then all of a sudden you jump to fresh water. There's a range.
Reiko, welcome in. Are we going inside?
Let's go inside. Oh, no food or drink inside. I'm hoping that my closed bottle of water will be fine.
Neil, welcome in.
Maybe I'll ask them if I can leave it somewhere.
Yeah.
Thank you. Could I leave my bottled water somewhere here? Thank you so much. Mm-hmm.
Y'all, we've got a sea turtle. No, it's a Barber's map turtle. That is spotted.
That is such an agreeable fish. That fish came and posed right next to its placard. That is a very kind and generous fish. Oh, there's the spotted gar. You guys, I'm so excited.
Here.
We've talked
about
that
level because it's like the live is switching between low and that.
We've talked about gar a bit, right?
All right, my mic is back on. Is that any better?
Certainly. Thank you so much. You guys, how's Balint sounding?
Winsing, happy Wednesday -1 +6. Hello, Winsing. Dackham high. Okay,
we're good. All right, guys. All it needed is a good old turn off and turn back on. We are our own, or rather Smikes bless us. We're our own. Oh, gosh darn it, low bit rate. All right, you guys.
Let's try to move
away from this very cool area and see how we're doing. Okay, so we were just looking at fresh water. This is brackish water. Gosh, low bit rate.
Oh, that is beautiful.
All right, you guys. We're on low bit rate again. We're going to keep trying because this is really beautiful, but if we become unwatchable, we're going to just go outside and we'll do the walk of the area so we can still see the estuary. We're good right now? Okay, awesome. So you guys, this is the brackish water area. Let's go over here.
Did you see the catfish?
Is the catfish in? Oh, sorry,
So
we're gonna
there's a
swing back by.
hard head catfish here.
Yeah.
We've got the Atlantic needlefish up top, and I think it's the striped black mullet in the corner. And there's one more fish in here, the Gulf flounder.
The Gulf flounder. Okay.
Which looks like it's very good at blending in.
And you guys, oysters are a really important part of this ecosystem, especially this, the brackish water as they talk about it. So these are really important, both commercially important and also for the ecosystem more generally. The foundational species of this habitat is actually smooth cordgrass, though. I'm sure we're going to see some out and about.
Yeah, Sam, the flounder should be in the sand somewhere, but I don't know if it would be hiding like, oh, no, there it is.
Oh, hang on. Oh my gosh, you guys. See? Yes, I do see. I'm going to not get too close because I don't want to drop
we've got a second one too. We have two.
All right, can you guys spot that flounder? We're playing Spot That Flounder. It is so well disguised, you guys.
Oh, that's cool.
I mean, it's, I think, a little easier to see in person because we can at least see it breathing. You see it, Daco? Awesome. No flounder. Balint, can you try to point out where this flounder is?
Let's see. So it would be right here.
No, I'm looking at the one over to the left.
Right here.
Yeah, there, right there, chat. He got it. Do you guys see that? He had to coordinate to make sure that what he was pointing to was what you guys were seeing. But isn't that beautiful camouflage, you guys? So that's the Gulf flounder. Eye stalks. And not sure that they quite qualify as eye stalks, but it does have eyes that are sort of elevated above its head.
And hi, Hogan. Hogan, did you end up shaving the beard at all? Hogan did a very cool tweet today with some nice beard action. There was the possibility of there being a shave today, but maybe not.
Wow. Bold. All right, guys. I'm trying not to make anybody sick, so we have a bigger display here of more brackish water ecosystem. We have some bigger fish.
So we've got some turtles on one end.
Oh, we do have some turtles. We're going to go look at these turtles for a second, chat.
Through this little porthole, we have visible...
Oh, you know what? That's why. I'm so sorry, you guys. What was I thinking? Go ahead, Balint. I'm sorry.
Hi, Jaded Fairy. Welcome in. So in this opening here, we're getting a little bit of a back and forth of the black drum. So they started the estuary for the black drum, and then they move as they mature. So you see it's coming through right there.
Oh, and it's we're back doing to low bit rate. Let's see if I stand up. All right, I'm hoping we're back. Oh, I'm hoping we're back to improved bit rate, you guys. I have a narrow. This spot is iffy. Okay, I haven't moved that much. I want to see if I can. I know Balint needs a pointer stick.
Agathor and Skip the Pickle, welcome on in, y'all. Lita, would you...
Dances with Dirt, thank you so much for that sub. We appreciate it.
Oh my goodness, Dances with Dirt, thank you so much. Y'all, we've got a puffer fish right here.
Oh my goodness. All right, I'm going to try to zoom in without moving, you guys. Ooh. So you can get a better look. Look at that guy.
It's the southern puffer right here.
Pretty beautifully camouflaged as well. So this takes some unique biology to be able to tolerate, like I said, the fluctuations of salinity, the fluctuations of salt concentration. It's not something a lot of other animals have to deal with. All right, we're going to try moving. I'm going to keep my eye on the bit rate, you guys. They have this really cool mural here.
Oh, that's very pretty.
Do tides create the change? Yes. So the tides create the daily change, absolutely. So there'll be fluctuations due to that. And then there are longer term, seasonal fluctuations as well that are a little bit more persistent, just how much rain is reaching the area. And then, of course, there can be year-long droughts, which can actually cause really extreme stress on the ecosystem if it persists too long. So we get a little sneak peek of what's under there, which is cool.
Different kinds of plankton, it looks like, I think.
Yeah.
Also, Skip, congrats on your charity event yesterday. For Memorial Day, Skip was doing a 12-hour wood burning piece. Striped hermit crabs in here. Ooh.
Okay, and so then to the left of us, I'm hoping we can go check it out, is Gulf of Mexico saltwater exhibit. So they've sort of taken us through the freshwater, which I know freshwater ecosystem, which we didn't get to see too much of because we had some real spotty bit rate, but that had that beautiful, glorious gar in addition to a bunch of other really cool species. We hit up the brackish water, which is, a mixing, the estuary water, mixing of saltwater and freshwater, and then we're going to transition over to just the saltwater ecosystem.
Interesting thing is, I think it's a neat educational tool, is inside of this tank there's a glass shell for the hermit crab.
Oh, really?
And so there's no one in there right now, unfortunately.
That's cool.
But from this vantage point, I can take a picture, chat, and post it. There is a beautiful, like it's a shell, but glass shape, so you can see through, presumably as like a learning tool.
So, Smikes, we have between 1x and 6x right now because of the camera lens we're using. I think 6x is plenty. I start getting real wobbly, I'm going to make people sick if I go any farther than that.
It reminds me of the shell from that new game, the Crab Souls game, where you can have different shells for your hermit crab.
All right, guys. I'm going to go see if we can move about over here to the saltwater ecosystem. Trying to not be too dodgy here. All right, we have mangrove snappers, horseshoe crabs, Atlantic stingray. That's what we're looking for in here.
Oh, this stingray is so cool.
Okay, I think I'm going to have to do some zooming here, so bear with me, chat.
There's the stingray coming on out.
That's the Atlantic stingray, you guys. There should be a horseshoe crab in here somewhere also. Let's see if we can find it. Dacum, thank you so much. I'm trying to be really extra super careful. We're a work in progress here. All right. We're not in a great place for bit rate, it looks like, but I'm hoping maybe I can scoot around to the other side. Oh my gosh, we have this ridiculous ray flapping around still. And I believe I've spotted maybe, oh no, I think that's another ray. I was hoping maybe we'd have a horseshoe crab, but I don't think that's what we do. Okay. So we also have a Gulf toadfish allegedly in here, which would be amazing to see.
Which one?
The Gulf toadfish. Oh, I was wrong, chat. Right in front of me, there is a horseshoe crab. What the heck is wrong with me? Just chilling right now.
I didn't see it either.
Just chilling right now. Up in New England, I've been on the beaches when they were mating. It was a little bit of a mating frenzy. It wasn't the full crazy that you can see, but it was still a little frothy. It was ridiculous. Carissa, how are you doing?
I like this ray a lot. This guy's cool.
That ray, I know that ray is a ridiculous little creature. Ridiculous fish.
This one I imagine will be very, very hard to see, this Gulf toadfish.
Yeah. I'm going to maybe hand this back to Balint and see if he can identify, see if he can hold this while I snoop around for a Gulf toadfish. Might not be in here right now also. You have some severe storms. Oh, Carissa. You make sure you and your lovely fam are safe. Okay, I'm going to give this to Balint here for a second. I'm going to snoop around looking for a Gulf toadfish.
Several thousand people without power. I'm so sorry to hear that, Harissa. You all have power, I hope, still? Though Munchkin was not feeling the burger love.
Woo! There was some excitement over there.
Hi, Lobster Duck. We had burgers last night, and Munchkin did not want to have any burgers.
Yeah, Munchkin did not have burgers.
We did have sausages too, Sam.
She shared my mushroom, my grilled mushroom with me. And when I say shared, I mean she left me about a third of a massive portobello mushroom.
Lobster Duck's like, how dare.
We didn't have any veggie burgers.
No, I think how dare for the not liking of the burgers.
Oh, yeah.
No, we didn't make any fries.
All right, you guys, it's possible. It's possible that I'm just not seeing it. It's very well camouflaged in here, if it is still here.
I want to eat cheese. Lobster Duck. Munchkin has been cheese that she usually likes.
Well, she's never been fussy before, but whatever brand of cheese your family has been buying, we've tried a couple different varieties. Mozzarella, 2 different types of cheddar, but they're all the same brand. And I will admit they have a particularly tough texture. She's more of a soft Colby Jack kind of girl these days.
All right, Chad, it looks like I just shouldn't turn left. If I don't turn left, Lita, check your texts.
What?
Check your texts.
Okay, Smikes wants us to change.
Oh. All right, hold on, y'all.
We're gonna see if we can improve things. You want me to do this? Do you need a?
Oh no, I just got dizzy. Okay, I'm back.
You guys,
So,
Balint
sorry,
has
y'all.
not been feeling great.
New meds, and some are making me dizzy. FPS, it already is. 30 frames per second already. So
Smikes, that's where we are, unfortunately. We might just try going outside. It would be cool to check the rest of this out, but if it's becoming too tricky, we can go outside. There's plenty of stuff to do.
I must push for you, Harissa. I must give my all. I must show you the love that you show me, which is every single day.
All right, so these big guys that are swimming through here in what looks to be a little bit of a schooling behavior, these are the permits. They get pretty gosh darn big.
What are they? Permits?
Mm-hmm.
Permits. Okay.
Up
Permit.
to,
Here we go.
up to 35 inches. All the way from New England to Brazil, you can find these guys.
Dacum, Permit. Man, I really want to see the Gulf toadfish now.
I know. Might be very cleverly tucked away somewhere. There are a lot of nooks and crannies, and it is an ambush predator.
Dacum says, I will permit the permit name. Agathor says, New England, but still can't compare it to the Old England.
Well, how often is the imitation as good as the original, really? I wouldn't actually know. I've never been to the UK.
Lobster Duck that says, young permits grow up in our area, but larger fish are rarely caught. Their range is from New England to Brazil. Hi, Lady Laura Croft. Madame, welcome on in. How are you doing today? Agathor, I know you're very excited that Manchester United won the FA Cup final. It's okay. Lita, Agathor is very, very excited.
Yeah.
About Man United winning the FA Cup.
Well, it was a shock to everybody.
This research center, Dacum, is in Apalachicola, and Lita was telling us that researchers from all over the country come here to do collaborations. Hi, Humbler John.
And sometimes they don't always just send people from their lab down, although that is part of it. There are times where they can just partner with the staff here to collect samples and do the monitoring if they have a nationwide study that they're doing. That's what happened with, there's this really cool environmental DNA program going on. I was actually speaking with the professor in charge of the study, and she would have been happy to have someone from her lab talk to us, but she says she hasn't had someone in her lab in the area for more than a year or two because people here on site are so well trained that they've been able to do the collections for her. And she's all the way up in Vermont. She's at University of Vermont. And we can talk about
really
that.
Cool.
We can talk about some research, the research that she's doing at some point. They do have a lot of really cool ongoing partnerships, like we've said. And then they have more, I believe, of the same whale skeleton, possibly, that was outside.
Yeah, so y'all, outside we saw the vertebrae of an unknown whale species from 1990.
Well, it was discovered 1990,
here.
yeah. And so we have a partial skull and rib. Do you need to sit down? All right, Chad, I'm going to take over for a few minutes here. Woo! There are chairs right there. Sorry, you guys. Balint's feeling a little under the weather right now. I have water in the car or by the door. Okay. So this is a partial skull. Oh, and they say touch with care. Wow. You guys, I think if you were in person, it really starts to give you a sense. It gives you a sense for scale. I have not had the pleasure of being particularly up close to any type of whale. Well, that's not true. Dolphins,
We
I guess,
got a
are
raid,
technically
Lita.
whales. Raiders, welcome the heck in.
We
Holy
have
moly.
Queen Jackie Codes in his house.
Jackie Codes, welcome in. Balint, please go sit back down.
Welcome him in.
Welcome the heck in, you guys. How was your stream? We're on a low bit rate. Let's see. Are we better now? Are we better bit rate? How was your stream, Raiders? What were you guys up to? Tell me about your lovely, beautiful stream.
Jackie Codes is an amazing Godot game developer extraordinaire, and she is a besto friendo, another queen of game dev here on Twitch. Jackie, if there's anything at all that you'd like to share, please feel free to drop it on chat. Raiders, welcome in. My name is Balint.
I'm Lita.
Lita and I are research scientists with our PhDs in molecular biology, and we do live science content every day of the week. Today, we're at the Research Center in Apalachicola. We've been doing 2 weeks of IRL streaming, taking y'all on site to talk science.
And let's see, I'm going to see if I can zoom in here, you guys. So today we are at an estuary research area, sometimes also called salt marshes. They're unique ecosystems where freshwater and saltwater mix.
And for those wondering too, we also do microscopy usually from the office, which is looking at tiny worlds under a microscope, science art, science news, sci-fi science, IRL streaming, and more. So again, everyone, welcome in.
You guys, I'm just checking this, seeing what we can do here real quick. Sorry guys, I'm just messing around with the settings real quick to see if we can get a little bit.
And if y'all like science, consider hitting that follow button. We are on the push for 10,000 followers on Twitch. We're about 100 away. So if y'all like the idea of science, consider dropping a follow. We are, doing a lot of IRL content in the past. We've usually done a lot of fossil collecting, but we've done the past 2 weeks everything from Kennedy Space Center to field collection of ants, to SeaWorld, Disney's Animal Kingdom, zoos, aquariums, and more. So consider dropping that follow, y'all. And thank y'all so much for the raids.
Hey, Smikes, all that stuff is grayed out, by the way. I don't have an option to change any of it.
It might be that we can't change it live.
Yeah, we might not be able to change it live. I mean, I don't know why we wouldn't be able to change it live, but it's all grayed out, Smikes. Sorry, you guys. We're a work in progress here. Oh my gosh. Look at this. This is beautiful. A juvenile loggerhead sea turtle. Fiddlesticks. I know, Smikes. I'm thinking let's try meandering out into the nature area, Balint. What do you think? I'd love to go into this center in here. There are all of these cool skeletons and skulls. You guys know how much I love staring at that stuff. It tells us some really cool, unique things about the animals when they're not all covered in our squishy, meaty exteriors. But I think if I go in there, Stream is going to have a hard time following along. If Jeff Bezos would like to fund us, we can come up with something that never drops, right? I know. There are other options also. At some point, we might look into it. We were hoping we'd be able to get away with this chat. There's a corn snake in here, also known as a red rat snake.
Recently or currently shedding. I know that's Mike's favorite.
I know. Okay.
It's neat. You can, if you look down here, it looks like the head did the shedding, so you can see like where the eye used to be down here, and then like I can't see the actual head right now, but I assume it's like somewhere. Oh no, there it is. Oh, there's his face.
Hang on, chat. We're gonna just go back like this. I can't follow Balint. There we go. Look at that beautiful creature. I love snakes, you guys. I've had several corn snakes over the years. Just hanging out, getting a little behavioral or medical rehab with me back when I used to do that kind of stuff. Are its eyes blue? No, that's probably just the reflection. That'd be cool though, right? Okay, so the corn snake is native to the area. There are two species of rat snake in this area. The red rat snake, which is what you're looking at, and the gray rat snake. This, unsurprisingly, is the red rat snake. It's also commonly called a corn snake if you're in a pet store. Snake eyes turn bluish when it sheds. Yeah, but this guy's freshly shed. I mean, they don't really turn blue. It's just the skin isn't fully transparent as they're removing their layer. You just can't see the true color of their eyes.
I think this guy has thoughts about me.
Corn snakes are usually very friendly. Well, I mean, not wild ones. Don't approach a wild any snake, chat, even if you're sure it's not venomous. Don't do it. All right, and so then there are 40 non-venomous snakes in Florida, and we were talking about how there are, just a few days ago, we were talking about how there are 7 venomous snakes, the majority of which are pit vipers, rattlesnakes, water moccasin, etc. Oh, we're on low bit rate. Back on low bit rate. You guys, we're going to try going outside. Let's see if we can bear with us. Bear with us for a minute. Oh my gosh. I don't know if you guys can see this. I'm hoping we're not on low bit rate, but this is beautiful. Zoom out like a normal person. We also have a Florida black bear cub here. We got to see one in real life at the rehabilitation center. Yeah, gorgeous gator. Holy moly.
Lita, there's also a live microscopy thing here.
Okay, hang on. We were able to see some juvenile gators. But no full-size ones. Beautiful. This one was caught in the Apalachicola River near our current location. And then this is a Florida black bear. versus americanus. But there are several, so that is the black bear found throughout North America, but there are subspecies, and Florida does have a subspecies of black bear, which is actually rebounding nicely. It was in some real trouble just a few decades ago. And we also have some microscopy. Thank you so much for that follow. The Cola Man, thank you so much for that. You guys, we have a live microscopy. It's a little meta because we do this sometimes ourselves, right? But here we go.
This is a really nice view because you can see the crab like grabbing things and then eating.
So what species are we looking at, do they say?
So let's see. This is the sample here.
This is the setup they have, you guys. Balint is flipping through. They have a little identification here for us, which is really cool, you guys.
All right, so one option is the mud crab. It does have these ridges that are located. So here are these identifiable ridges here are something that look pretty common to this little guy. But let's see.
What differentiates the subspecies from other black bears? There are a number of things, but one of the most easily noticeable is that the black bear is actually always black. In the subspecies. It's always black. It's confusing because even though we call the black bear, it can actually come in a variety of colors. Oh, low bit rate.
I think this is the mud crab.
Hang on. We're on a low bit rate. Are we back to not?
Yep, now we're back.
Okay. So Balint, what were you saying?
I think that's the mud crab based on the structure of the creature. There's another crab that might be located in here called the porcelain crab, but that doesn't have any of those jagged edges. It's a very smooth looking creature. It's also a different shape on its body, so my suspicion
Are those polyps or anemones? Sort of on the side there?
These?
Yes, and also the one on the side of the specimen tank.
Oh, look at that. Nice eyes. This is a really cool microscope.
I know, chat. We need to
look at that.
Low bit rate. We're back to low bit rate. I think maybe we might need to move out of here, hon.
Okay. Do we want to look at the
We can switch back to live. Scenes switch back to live. You guys, I think we should skedaddle on out of here.
Do you want to look at the bones in this other room?
No, I don't think we can.
Okay.
I think we need to skedaddle on out.
Okay.
I think if we walk it, sorry chat, we're just discussing. We'd like to spend a lot more time here, but I think if we go into the central room, chances are that's going to be our worst reception. I think we're going to be in some less than ideal.
Let's give it a quick try and just see what it says.
All right, chat, here we go.
If it says like no bueno, we just walk right out.
We're going to give it a try. We had been hoping for Wi-Fi, you guys. Seemed like we were going to be bad bars Wi-Fi. Well, we don't have a lot of cell reception here, and they do have public Wi-Fi allegedly, but for a variety of reasons, it's low bit rate.
It's low bit rate. Okay, well, we can head out. I just thought it would be kind of cool to check out.
I agree. All right, guys. I think we're hitting some seriously low bit rate. It'd be awesome to hang out in here. This room is like the mother lode of cool, crazy stuff. But I think we're going to try to move outside and see if we can get slightly better rates on things here. There's some really, we can observe the habitat IRL together. Oh, let's see. We might have to come back to their little gift shop though. As always, support our local research centers. Also, guys, I will note they did not have an entrance charge here, which is extremely generous of them. So I'm sure, I think they close at 4. We'll have to stop back in and make sure they take donations or something.
You want your water?
Yeah, could you grab my water? Actually, here, just hang on. I'm going to turn my mic off for a second. I'm going to just...
All right. Back outside, y'all.
I think your credit card real quick. I want to just drop in the donation.
All right, y'all. Give me 1 second. There we go. Lita's dropping a dono chat. Is that a winking sad face, Mike's, or a winking happy face? I don't even know anymore, sir. I know, right, Dak? These do look like nice chairs. Also, the whole like lower part here, there's a couple of different nature walks that show different like different locations that we can then check out, which I think will be really nice to see, like different parts of the estuary. There's also a kitty cat. The kitty cat is still out here, though.
All right, guys, I'm back. We're going to try to pop back in there before we round out, but I thought I just wanted to make sure that we dropped them a little donation since they were incredibly generous at putting this whole place together, keeping it open to the public, and not even charging an entrance fee.
This guy.
That cat, I believe, is not part of the display, but who knows? Cats, you guys, listen, we're a cat family. We have currently five cats, if you can believe it, in our house. They are not great for the local ecosystems, though. They are devastating to the native bird population. So we do our best to keep our guys in the house at all times. This little guy seems to be on patrol, but maybe it's his or her coffee break.
I did enjoy that lady just shoot away the butterfly from the cat. All right, y'all.
Why don't you try drinking some water?
When we get down.
Okay. You guys don't mind me. I'm just fussing after Balint since he's not feeling great.
I just know, y'all, if I try to drink water, hold the gimbal, and walk downstairs, it's not going to end well. Woo. All right, can we switch? Thank you.
All right, guys, I'm driving for a minute. They have little placards here. I'm hoping now that we're outside, we're going to be in a little bit better shape. We are still kind of rural-ish, rural adjacent. Okay, native plants and rainwater. In Florida, half of our drinking water is used on landscaping. And you guys, this is me editorializing, but this is true usually throughout the country. Landscaping is a huge suck on drinking water. That and agriculture. I'm not bashing on agriculture. It's just there's some crop species that take less water and some that take more. But anyway, okay, so to save water, we rely on native plants, which normally need little or no watering. During dry times, we tap into our 4 underbuilding cisterns. Each holds 3,000 gallons of rainwater collected from our roof, which is very cool, you guys. Sorry, I think I zoomed out of there for a second.
Oh, we just got a resub from the Traveling Tatter, not Traveling Tater. Thank you for Risto for my sub. Thank you, Risto. Thank you, Balint and Lita, for such fun and interesting streams. Traveling Tater, welcome on in.
Thank you so freaking much. Thank you for being here.
Thank you for that resub. Also, hello, Sleazy does it again.
I will bash on non-cow milk for you. What about oat milk? Does that include oat milk? Sorry. Okay, moving right along.
Sleazy, Tatter, I hope y'all are doing well. Sleazy, you make me chuckle every day with those Munchkin emotes, I tell you.
We need a Munchkin emote, you guys.
We'll have something with a pineapple and munchkins and things. She made a Jern smug face the other day.
Did she?
Yeah, oh yeah, it's as smug as Jern's face.
All right, you guys, let's start out by checking out this nature walk. What's really cool. So there's a boardwalk. I think it's pretty short, but do you know what they give us? They have these nature walk plant guides that we're going to pick up. So it's not me just randomly being like, oh, I think it's part of the mint family. We can do better than that, chat. We can do better than that. Okay.
Dackham, thank you for the lurk.
We have 12 that we're looking for. But you know what? They don't have cordgrass on here, smooth cordgrass. I wonder if maybe we need to get farther into the swampy area. Like I said, I really want us to observe a couple of the different varieties of grasses. The smooth cordgrass is the foundational species for this ecosystem. And then we saw some of the additional grass species when we were out on the island.
Also,
yesterday.
hi, Golganak.
Okay.
What does it mean, foundational species?
It means that is the species that actually establishes the ecosystem.
So almost like a keystone plant?
Yes, I would say it's even more than a keystone plant or more than a keystone species, because it is required for the ecosystem to even form in the first place.
So like an Uber keystone species.
So smooth cordgrass. And you guys, in this area, smooth cordgrass had a pretty big die-off not that many years ago because of the periwinkles, the little snails that were climbing on it. They actually weren't eating it. They normally climb on it, but there was sort of a change in salinity and a change in predators that kind of caused a cascade. We'll also maybe talk about oysters. But okay, so you guys, I think we found our first one. This is the saw palmetto. Rarely has an erect stem, usually growing on or just below the ground. Sharp spines on the petiole and dense growth provide ideal cover for many animals. Can live 700 years or more.
Wow.
Fruits have been used for centuries in the treating of conditions of the prostate.
Huh.
Florida is the biggest source and producer of saw palmetto products. Serona rapens is the species name. We found one of the 12.
700, right?
700.
Agathor says it's almost as old as his mother-in-law.
Oh my goodness. Wah wah. So there is another area. I want to make sure we get out into the marshes, but this is a nice, just sort of survey of the forested areas. This is a lovely boardwalk too, can I just say. We have more of these guys. Look at this. This is the saw palmetto.
It's very much like a palm tree. that guide is like a nice little.
Yeah. I mean, of course, this is only 12 species, you guys, but it's nice that they have these.
Laura Gale says, when 700 years old you reach, look as good you will not. Would the stem be a rhizome?
For
I'm not
the
sure.
saw palmetto?
Maybe, yeah.
I don't know. That's a good question. That's something I'd want to double check. We do have that technology, chat, though. We do have that technology. Might leave it to Balint to check, though, since I'm driving. Is it a palm? I mean, it looks like a palm, but is it a true palm? So I can zoom in for you guys. Florida has a lot of native palms, but is this a true palm? It looks like one. All right, I don't think Balint is checking for us, guys. So,
sorry, what should I check?
can you check if the stem is a rhizome? Is this business? What's the classification of the saw palmetto? Can you guys see this? I'm going to zoom in a little bit more for you guys, just so you can see the base. Per the internet, saw palmetto has a waxy evergreen leaf that are quite flammable. After fire, the plant resprouts from root crowns and rhizomes and grows rapidly. Well, there we go.
Can grow up to 10 feet tall in warm climates. Leaves can grow more than 2 feet long. And it is classified as a small palm.
Okay. We got all the answers, chat. Thank you guys for your help. We appreciate that. Balint is sitting there. You okay?
Yeah.
Do you want to rest for a bit?
I just couldn't. I haven't with the kneeling, so I'm okay. I just wanted to get the spelling correct.
All right, guys. I'm going to try to get you out of the sun. I'm worried about the phone overheating today. It is warm, to say the least. Golganek, multi-trunked palm. Awesome.
Like an elephant?
Elephants are not multi-trunked. What elephants have you seen?
Well, when they're carrying stuff on their back.
Want.
Says, look deep into nature and then you understand everything better. Quote from Albert Einstein. Oh, there's some pine here.
Ooh, I was just going to say.
The ones that you were telling us about yesterday.
This could be the slash pine. That's one of the ones we're supposed to be on the lookout for, you guys. The slash pine. All of the pines native to Georgia actually are of the same genus, for those of you curious. Pinus, it's easy to remember.
Pinus?
Mm-hmm.
You're kidding. She's not kidding.
No, they're all the same genus.
Pinus, Latin for pine. Pinus.
So this is Pinus elioti. It's found in the southeast United States, widely grown in timber plantations throughout Florida, capable of reaching 100 feet, with a 3 to 4 foot diameter trunk. Needles grow in clumps of 2 or 3.
Okay. That's what we saw yesterday, right?
Yeah, well, I told you the slash pine was one of the weirdos that does multiple. I mean, there's definitely the sand pine where we were before. And I told you we know that there was another one that we didn't identify. Pine forests provide habitat for wild turkeys, white-tailed deer, and many other species. Squirrels will cut open cones to get seeds. look for cone debris on the boardwalk. Yeah, Pinus could be misconstrued if I'm not speaking clearly enough. That's very fair. And I think we have another one of our species that we're interested in coming up here.
Agathor meant spinous because they have spines
Obviously.
on the pine tree.
Obviously.
Thank you, Agathor. Agathor the chemist, folks. I like this nature walk a lot. This is really
We're
neat.
just taking a super leisurely stroll, you guys. I'm trying to find, we have 10 more species to find. Ten more species.
10 more species.
Oh, hang on. Let me give you this card back, Balint.
Ah, thank you.
Okay. So Balint, do you wanna be looking for these guys while we walk, or what are you thinking?
Yeah, let me see a sheet here.
Oh, I've seen the muscadine grape. I just saw that a minute ago. Hang on, chat.
Is this?
We're gonna turn around. I think it's right here. Maybe. I think this is the muscadine grape. Am I wrong? Help me out. You're holding the sheet.
Yes.
Not the palm, but
No, the little leaves
yes,
there.
but what it's growing on. You guys see that?
Yeah, that's it, I think.
All right, you guys look at that. Read us some facts about this, shall you?
Typically, the wild muscadine bear dark fruits, not bear as in bear, but bear as in hold. However, wild varieties remain green throughout maturity. Wild bronze-scented varieties are often referred to as scuppernongs. Provides cover, browse, and fruit for a variety of animals. First native grape species to be cultivated in North America dating back to the 16th century.
That's actually very cool. First native grape to be cultivated in first North American grape.
And then these leaves here too look very similar. We've got possibility of our mics being wonky.
All right, guys.
I feel like these leaves down here look a little like this Yaupon.
But we don't have the indicative berries. Is that right?
Yep. But on neither one that look like...
Might not be the right time of year.
Yeah.
For them.
But that could be the primary ingredients in the famed black drink of southeastern indigenous cultures due to the high caffeine content of the leaves.
Ooh, high caffeine content, chat. Look out.
Used as substitute for teas during the American Revolution and the Civil War. That's really cool.
All right, you guys, I think we have another example of a larger... We have quite a few slash pines here. I believe that's what they are. I mean, like I said, some of these are really difficult to tell apart. We have some taller slash pines, and what caught my attention is we're not going to walk off the trail because we want to be respectful, but if I zoom in, can I focus? Look at that, we have more grapes. Muscadine grape.
Do you see any berries on it?
Just climbing everywhere. I don't from this distance, but I also don't think it's the right time of year for grape, but you know, I could be wrong. I guess Florida, I don't know the Florida growing season as well as I do other areas, and it is going to be regional. All right, Balint, we're checking these off. What else do we have? What else are we looking for?
There's the water oak we're looking for, the gallberry, wax myrtle,
the wax myrtle,
a southern magnolia.
We should be able to find one of those.
They are flowering. At least they were flowering in the other part in Tallahassee when we went. So, and let's see, Sweet Bay, which is a different flavor, a swamp magnolia.
Okay. Okay, so, well, I think we have a better view, but I think that's one of them. Let me see this here. Am I wrong?
These?
No. Maybe I'm wrong. Okay. I'm looking for the coastal plain willow, you guys. Help me out on this.
And the gallberry kai, it says shiny black drupe used for making tea and seeds of the food source. At least that's the information we have here.
All right, so this is what I'm interested in here. We're starting to get a peek at some grasses.
Ooh.
Starting to get a look at some grasses. I think let's go to the right.
Yep.
I'm not sure that it continues too far. So we're not full on marsh here, you guys. I'm hoping maybe that in the other direction. Okay, so I thought from a distance that this was maybe that willow, but am I wrong? Balint, double check me.
All right, Chad. So this would be the coastal plain willow here. Sweet Bay magnolia, swamp bay or swamp magnolia, occurs in moist wetlands, streams and ponds. Leaves are shiny green on top.
No, you're reading the Sweet Bay magnolia. I said I think it's coastal plain willow.
Apologies. Host diversity of butterflies and moths. The only native larval host plant for the viceroy butterfly.
Oh.
Inner bark leaves yield medicinal extract salicylin or salicylic acid, the active ingredient in aspirin, sometimes called the toothache tree.
This is one of those instances where there was a traditional medicine who actually was dismissed for quite some time, as we shouldn't be surprised, tends to be the case, and then the active ingredient was discovered. I think this is it, Balint. Do you agree? Look at that leaf structure for me. Could be wrong, but
I mean, it has the same lines, too, like the veins on the image as we're moving down. I mean, it'd be cool to see a butterfly near it, you know, like that. Like, oh, okay.
Okay, we have a little bit of marsh here. The water line might just be low.
Oh, wow, look at that.
I'm excited to check out the other direction as well. But let's see what we have. All right, I'm going to try to kind of keep, we're sort of in the sun right now, and I'm not feeling great about that.
I keep seeing these ferns, and I keep thinking it's like we watched this video on a particular species of fern where when you touch the leaves, they closed in.
Oh, there's quite a few ferns that do that, yeah.
And so I keep trying to cut them and seeing if we can find one of those species. That would be so cool to find. But no luck yet.
All right, guys. Gosh, I can't even keep you in my shadow, chat. We should have brought the sun shield today.
I travel the world. Travel, how are you doing?
We have more of that grape here.
Yeah, that grape seems to be all over. The muscadine grape, y'all.
All right, what else are we looking for, Balint?
You know, we have yet to see.
I think there's 2 magnolia.
Yeah, either magnolia.
That we're looking for. Is that right? What else?
Oh, What is that? Big old insect.
Balint has eyes only for the insects, chat.
We've got the water oak as well. And let's see, those have little acorns on them.
Okay, and we're looking for a grass, right? Is this the grass?
Sawgrass.
The sawgrass. Is this the sawgrass we're looking for?
That might be it. Yeah, it has this same like.
That's all of these semi-aquatic grasses.
Oh.
Well, not all of them, but. Saw-like teeth on the leaf margins. Okay, yeah, I think this is it. Let's see if we can get a zoom in. Okay. Actually, a sedge, not a true grass. This is sawgrass they're talking about.
Eaten by several different bird species.
Defined by its triangular stem. Gets its name from the saw-like teeth on the leaf margins. So let's see if I can zoom in so that we can see this. Travel, we're doing all right. Balint is not feeling great. Can I please zoom in on this thing? Come on.
Yes, Mikes, it will cut you up. I think I might be wrong, y'all, but this looks like something that we had at our old house in Georgia.
It does not want to focus for me.
Hello, Moo. Moo misread the stream title as Mortuary Research Center.
Let's see. There we go. That's what we were looking for. That's one of the telltales of this sawgrass.
Do not grab them, chat, and yank on them.
No, these are first of all not a true grass, and also they are a tough, rugged thing, as you would imagine if they're surviving here. It will mess you up.
I know this from experience, y'all. As a child, I may have grabbed these and pulled.
Yes,
nice eye, Lita.
Let's not do that, chat.
The Druid Queen is in his house, folks. Everyone type exclamation point Morgana right now in the chat.
Okay, chat. Now, the question is,
I copy rocks.
Straight or do we go right?
I think we go right.
Okay.
Coffee, Lita's doing better. And today I'm the one who's not doing so great.
Actually, speaking of, could I have some water? It is hot as heck. We have one bottle with us. We have another one that I can
hold while you drink.
Sure. We have another one that we can get. Woo! Sorry about that, chat. The wobbles. I can always run back to the car and get another one. And we need to hightail it out of here a little bit before 4. We have a little bit of time though. I want to check out. Let's do this loop, and then I still want to check out the other side, which should be more marshy, more open marsh. Are you okay to hold for a few?
Yeah. Dackham got the earrings from the Druid Queen.
Oh, awesome.
And has received lots of compliments on them. I remember, y'all, that Etsy store, there's a Flag Day coming up. And make sure to go purchase all the things on Morgana's Etsy store. Support local artists and Flag Day.
All right, guys, we're still looking for the wax myrtle, the gallberry, sand live oak, the water oak. Did we find the yapon?
Which one? No.
Okay.
I had a thought that it was the yapon, but there were no berries. But we're like, well maybe
we don't need. It doesn't. Yeah, it might not be the berries. We have to look at the leaf structure as much as anything else. And then we're looking for 2 magnolia species: Sweet Bay magnolia, Southern magnolia.
Morgana's like, do you ever stop working? Never, Morgana. We can also promote the throne page. Is Jed still able to eat noodles, or do we need to get a new noodle maker? Guys, poor Jedediah Dookie Boots had to get a new noodle maker because the neighbor borrowed Morgana Freya's noodle maker, and they used crayons in there and coffee beans and peanuts and just ruined it.
Only a small fraction of that is true, chat. We leave it to you to decide which fraction.
And by small, she could mean giant.
Yes. Confusingly. Okay, so I think possibly...
What about this leaf?
That's exactly what I was...
This is a magnolia? But is it the regular, or is it that special?
Well, no, the regular magnolia has the much more robust leaves. I've seen one... Oh! There's a magnolia tree. Let's go up there. We might circle back to this one, chat.
Oh, wait, hold on. There's something with berries here.
Okay.
Does this match anything?
Let's look at the leaves. It's not the gallberry. It might be the yapon. It has unique leaves. Let's see.
Hi, hot local grandpa. HLG, how are you?
One of the primary ingredients in the...
This is on you. Also, guys, go follow HLG. He's extremely kind, extremely handsome.
All right, guys. So we are back, and we have identified the yapon over here. You can see from its unique leaf shape. I mean, it also conveniently has berries on it, which is what caught our eye. So we got another one down. I think we're going to try to stay a little bit in the shade.
And this is the one, right, Lita, that can be used as a, like if you eat the leaves.
They don't say anything about eating the leaves. It's used as a substitute for tea periodically.
Okay. HLG says we're too kind. No, HLG. If we were too kind, we'd shout you out now, but we already shouted you out before you came in, and so we can't yet. But either way, go follow Mr. the hottest of the local grandpas, y'all.
And I do see magnolia trees a little bit off the trail, but I think we might be coming up to one right over here also. I think we can... That's still shaded. Do you want me to take folks over?
Yeah, I'll be there in a sec.
Guys, you're gonna just come with me. So I think this is the southern magnolia. It should look pretty familiar to a lot of you guys because it's an ornamental. So it already flowered. This is cool. This is a beautiful structure. Let's see. There we go. So we got another one. We got another one down. And then I think in just a few minutes we might try to skedaddle on to the other side of the area so that we can check out a few more things. Balint, do we want to continue on this trail, or do we want to make sure we have time to check out the other areas?
Let's continue on this trail, I think. What do you think?
That's fine.
I think we'll get there. Yogurt Garrel, thank you for the resub at tier 3. Thank you, Queen Yogurt, for 35 months in a row. Thank you, Queen Yogurt. How the heck are you, madame? And Thindall, welcome into Raiders. Lita, we got a raid from Thindall.
Raiders, welcome the heck in. How was your stream, you guys?
Thindall, what were you up to today? What kind of cool web dev were you doing? Guys, go check out the lovely Thindall, web dev extraordinaire.
Oh, sorry, guys. I'm trying to just keep you in shade here. Since we didn't bring our new sunblock, I'm just... Sunblock, gosh. Sunshade for the phone. I'm just trying to manually do it. Okay, so here's another magnolia. We already found this guy. So we're looking.
Soft, welcome in. We have Thindall coming. Thindall says, working on trying to make sure no poo-poos access other people's accounts and transactions. Nice, Thindall.
That's the way to do it.
For the Raiders coming on in, my name is Balint.
Lita.
Lita and I are research scientists with our PhDs in molecular biology, and we do live science content here on Twitch every day of the week. We've been doing 2.5 weeks of IRL travel. We're at the Apalachicola Estuary Research Reserve, talking science about what goes on here. Guys, thank you for the raid. Yoga Geralt, thank you for the resub, Madame. Everyone, it's great to have y'all here. We're trying to do a little bit of plant identification while keeping the phone from overheating today.
Yeah.
Oh, look, see, just loop back.
We might actually end up doing, I think this is the other magnolia. I think this is the other magnolia, you guys. Sweet Bay Magnolia, I believe. We have the shiny leaves. It's not the dark green, but we have some of the classic magnolia telltales. Okay, but I'm trying to keep you guys out of the sun, and that's in a sunny spot, so we're going to just keep moving. Nice natural green screen today, yeah.
What are you talking about, Dukesoft? We're always in the computer. Today we're just out of the computer. There's no green screen. Yeah, everyone go check out our friend, the lovely and amazing Thindal. Extremely kind, handsome, super supportive friendo. We're dropping that follow.
Whoa. Can you take this water bottle? I got to switch arms. Sorry, chat. I know it's a little wobbly.
Those coming on in. Oh, and 5, thank you for the follow. Welcome, welcome. For those coming on in, we've been doing 2.5 weeks almost of IRL streaming. We went to nature preserves, naturalist museums, natural history museums, zoos, aquariums, Kennedy Space Center, and more. Got a couple of days left.
And right now we're looking at, this is an estuary research center. And I think it might be appropriate now to talk a little bit about some of the research they have going on. Sorry, did you want to?
Oh, just a quick reminder for those wondering about the estuary. So it is where we term by brackish water, where there's that mix of salt and fresh water, but even though it's called brackish, that's not a standardized definition. It can be very different amounts of salt and regular water, fresh water, and so it's like different kinds of creatures can live at the different zones.
Right.
And so you can actually, there's inside where we were earlier today, we saw the different creatures that live in these different zones, or some of them anyway.
Right. So it's going to be at intersections like where freshwater rivers empty into oceans. That's the kind of place you're going to see this. And like Balint was saying, there are gradients. So if you're right by the mouth of the river, your salt water tolerance is going to be much higher than if you're quite a ways upstream. You might still have some salt water. And so you have a change of ecosystems slowly. Ooh, okay. Got to put my sunglasses back on, you guys. I can't see chat quite as well.
I got you on the chat.
Okay.
I know it. I can't see it either.
All right.
Brackish indeed, Kennedy. Hi, welcome
Yes.
in. 5 Legend says this is my kind of content. Glad to have you here.
Glad to have you here. Abso-freaking-lutely.
When we're not in the field for IRL, we're in the office doing microscopy and science art and the occasional games and 3D printing. Everything under the guise of science.
So guys, speaking of science, I had the pleasure of communicating with one of the many researchers here. Well, she's not here, but doing research here in partnership with this research center, Dr. Watts up at Vermont, and she and her whole team are developing some environmental DNA technology. We call it just shorthand eDNA. Some of you guys will have already heard about this kind of technology. It just means instead of taking DNA from an organism, a tree or a fish, there's actually DNA just floating all about us. It's in the air, it's in the water, it's in the soil. And if you have a technique sensitive enough to it, you can get a lot of information about all of the different species present. Because it's not as though the water itself has DNA. It just has stray DNA from the fish urine and the fish scales and all of the little debris bits floating around.
One of the coolest things or uses for eDNA that Danny suggested was if you had we haven't gone this way. You want to go this way?
I thought we'd go to the bay overlook quickly.
Perfect. Let's go there.
Yeah, this is where I wanted to go.
Danny was saying that, like, you know, we were talking about Bigfoot.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, you know, the ultimate proof or not proof for Bigfoot is just do some eDNA testing.
Well, so there was that really terrible Bigfoot paper, though, that claimed to have found. The problem is you have to have sophisticated sequencing, because would you know, this technology only works if you know the species you're looking for. You can sequence DNA and it's gobbledygook. You won't know who it's coming from, what it's coming from, what species it's coming from. That's one of the tricks. You need to have a good understanding of the DNA. Like, how can I explain this? Okay, chat. If you've read 100 books and they're all really well cataloged, you know them back to front, I could give you a sentence or two, or maybe even a paragraph, and you'd be able to tell me what book it came from.
Oh, there's a lizard.
But if I had a catalog of 1,000 books and only 100 of them had been documented, right? I could give you a paragraph. I could even give you a chapter from one of these books, and there's a good chance you would have no idea. It would be meaningless. You wouldn't be able to identify the book. It's the same kind of idea. We need to have an understanding of the DNA of the species we're interested in. We can't just magically tell you this is spider DNA of this species if we don't already have a catalog of it, a record of it. That's one of the really complicated features here. Okay, so as I was saying, this professor and her team are trying to develop eDNA specific to estuaries. And what she wants to do is use it to both track the biodiversity. So what are the different kinds of species in the area, inhabiting the water, without having to go out and count every single fish species and every single crustacean and every single plant. It is a lot less labor intensive and probably quite a bit more accurate, if you can get the technology right, to just take a couple samples of water and see whose DNA is sloshing about in there. And then they're also trying to use that same technology to monitor the progress of invasive species. That is one of the very, very big issues here in estuaries. I mean, really all ecosystems these days.
Thindall's wondering, is that like a grimoire? I'm not sure what a grimoire is.
I'm not sure either. Can you give us a different word and or drop a definition for me? I also can't see.
And Taylor Made, thank you for the resub, Taylor Made 49. For 2 months. Thank you, Taylor. Appreciate the heck out of you. Thank you for that ongoing support, friendo. And chat, we were able to maintain that Partner Plus status. Another month has been pushed out.
Oh my goodness.
Extending that year ever further. Thank y'all so very much for that.
All right, guys, I'm hoping we're going to get to this bay overlook soon.
Thindall says that it is a book of truth. It's where a witch keeps their evil spells.
Oh, okay. Like a book of shadows. I gotcha.
Lady Larcroft said, I tuned back from work to hear whose DNA is sloshing around in there.
Oh, yeah. Although, I don't know. I guess the Grimorum probably has more mythical connotations than Book of Shadows is both modern and mythical usage. But But anyway, yes, so
Travel says you're moving great with the camera, and thank you.
oh my goodness, I'm so glad that I'm not making anybody sick right now. I get so motion sick. I feel terrible when I do it to other people. All right. So yeah, so that's one of the many research projects going on here. Another one is monitoring the oyster population. So in 2012, there was kind of a series of events that really stressed the dickens out of the oysters. First of all, there was like a 2-year drought, which means there was less fresh rainwater or less fresh water coming in through the river.
I don't know if you can see from here, but there's some bird nests that they've got put up.
Yeah. So there was, what was I saying? Yeah, less fresh water coming in through the river system. And so that changed the salinity because we still had a lot of salt water. Oh, good. We have some amazing birds here. So that salt stress added pressure to the oysters. At the same time, there was also an increase in pathogens and predators in conchs. And it's not clear if it just happened to be coincident with the salinity change or if it was sort of causative. The salinity change perhaps created a better environment for the predators, etc., to thrive. And so the juvenile rate, I'm trying to put you kind of in a shadow here, chat. Here, we're kind of in a shadow. The juvenile survival rate really dropped down low. And ever since then, they've been struggling. They do these regular surveys now to see how the population is doing.
That bird is stunning.
Yeah. Is that an egret? Let me see. I need a better view here.
Then also wondering which came first, the predators or salts.
The salt came first. But that could just be coincident, right? Okay, is that the glossy ibis? I can't really tell from here. Let me zoom in a little bit more. Oh, did I lose it? Sorry, chat. There we go. I thought if we have time one of these days, we might actually do a shorebird walk. Do a bunch of bird identification. All right, I'm going to zoom back out. And we do have, hopefully, we're going to just briefly look because we're in full sun and I don't want us overheating. But we do have some nest sites added. There's also been a lot of work on restoring shorebird nesting habitat. All right, I'm going to just keep us in the shade though. And so then these are some grasses. I can't tell you what kind of grass it is from this distance, but we know that the grasses are really important to establishing this ecosystem that we're talking about here.
My goodness, Lady Lara Croft, thank you for the 1,000 biddies, madame.
Thank you so freaking much. So kind of you.
And Travel, there's actually for the Estuary Research Center, there's no entrance fee. There's nothing you can feed the birds either. It's just a research center that you can go explore and learn at. Mm-hmm. But we did do a little dono for them when we came in.
Because we appreciate them. So I don't think this is going to be cordgrass, you guys. I think it's a little bit too full salt water. But I could be wrong. I wouldn't be able to tell until we really got up there close. We were going to do an estuary walk on the other side, back on St. George, back on the island is one of their sites that they actually do some of this research on, just the field sites. So we might see active research going on, but it might also just be, you know, their collection site. But I thought it could be interesting to look. How
That's something we might do today.
Well,
or we might do it later this week as well.
We might do it later this week.
It's 3:30 now.
What are you thinking? Do we want to... Chat, we're on a time frame because we have family watching Munchkin. We said we'd be back 4:30. This place closes at 4 on the button. Ouch.
One thing we could do is that there is a little walkway on this side of the island that we can just look out on a smidge and then head home after that. And save the Estuary Research Center and the town walk for another day of the week?
Well, the research center, I don't know that we're going to be, weren't we just at the research center?
Oh, I meant like that on-site on the other side of the...
Yeah, we might do that another day this week, guys. The schedule is a little fluid right now. We're still waiting on confirmation from a few people. Okay, can I give you to the party people? I might run back and grab the water and maybe check out their little gift shop to see if we want to...
do you want the keys?
No, I'll refill this at the bathroom.
Yeah. What else do you want?
The card.
Oh.
See if there's a magnet or something we can get. Buy some merch. When in doubt, buy some merch. Show a little love.
They do have plushy sharks from Munchkin.
Oh my goodness. All right, I'll be back in just a bit. Balint, you'll just text me where you are?
Yeah.
Or do you want to just meander back to the nature center in a bit?
Okay.
Okay.
Munchkin taking over at 4:30. Oh, if only Lady Lara Croft. I think she'd be a great commentator. I did see, as I was looking here, y'all, some jumping fish in the marsh. Of course, now that we have the camera on, I don't think that we'll get the jumping fish, but it was very... We had some active fish here, y'all. There are also small sharks that we've seen in the area. For those of you that were with us last year, we had a rather large shark wash up on shore last year. I can't remember what kind of shark it was. I haven't seen anything like that this year so far. The shark, it was a flavor of something, yeah. But it's a really nice place. I'd love to put up just like an umbrella and just like sit out here. Really nice breeze too. Early night. Thindal, have a lovely evening, my friend. Thank you so much for the raid and for hanging with us. Please go follow the lovely and breathtaking, the amazing Thindal, folks. Thindal, we love you. We love you, Thindal. Please to sleep well, my friend. Valiant Cheese, welcome on in. You either instead of work, well, absolutely, Yogurt. Here, let's start walking back out of the sun. Y'all, I did put up my out of office email. I was like, you know what, y'all? I was like, can I take the rest of the week? And they were like, well, we might need you to do some stuff. I'm like, all right, I'll work a total of 1 day this week. And the rest I have I just take that a little bit of that vacay time. It will not keep them from emailing me. It just means I have an auto reply if I don't get back to them right away. Then there can't be too much rage on it, allegedly. I'm saving Lady Lara Croft most of my vacation time for TwitchCon. Because I want to, that's like, you know, the most important of it. Like when we're, you know, going out of town to TwitchCon, meeting people, possibly having that another panel and interactive DNA extraction session, that I want to make sure there is time for that. Well, we should be totally good. Unless I get like very, very ill and have to use a ton of time. Fingers crossed, y'all. All right, I'm gonna... Whoop, sorry, guys. It is super nice cheese. Lots of different environments. There are some squirrels back here. There's the estuary information again. Just a nice little informational placard that we've got. Most of that we'd already talked about though, but it's just, this one's actually a nice little image of just showing you all kind of the range of the estuary. So remember, you've got the freshwater flowing in from here, hitting the saltwater, and while this is all one color, that's technically a massive gradient because it's going to be different concentrations of salinity affecting different kinds of wildlife that are going to be present in the area. And again, y'all, if you want to check back on the VOD, one of my favorite parts of the inside of that exhibit was just the different creatures that they were showing off. How many days at TwitchCon? So Lady Lara Croft, at least flying in on Wednesday, and then we'd be flying out Monday at earliest, but I think we're going to see some of Lita's family that's out there in the San Diego, LA area. So maybe like a week and a half, week. Some pretty flowers, y'all. Lita has the guide that she took me, so I no longer have the guide, but yeah, so Lady Lara Croft, because the con itself is that there's stuff for partners on that Thursday, and then Friday, Saturday, Sunday is the con itself. We did, Sam. We were at the ocean. Oh, you mean for drinking? Sam, Lita had some in her pocket, a bottle of water. Yeah, Lady Lara Croft, hope we're gonna stream some from TwitchCon, but also there is the San Diego Zoo, which is famous. And ma'am, I've never been able to even go there. I think going there and streaming from there would be a lot of fun, and Lita wants us to stream from the Frozen Zoo. So the Frozen Zoo is that facility in the San Diego Zoo that has the really, really amazing setup where they have all the genetic information preserved, like in those labs that we've talked a fair bit about. I know. I think yogurt. I think we just need to stay longer. Because Lita's like, well, Munchie and I could go, because I'll just be like working the scene as it were. But I'm like, I also want to go too. Yeah, the Frozen Zoo is there on site, Lady Lara Croft, and they have like thousands of animals' genetic information deposited there, and they've been using that for cloning as well. So when they brought back that black-footed ferret via cloning, that specimen of the black-footed ferret was one that had been deposited at the Frozen Zoo. And so they essentially cloned an animal that had died, I think it was like the 1970s. And so it introduced genetic variants to the population because you hadn't seen those genes for, 40, 50 years now. Lita can stream it, you can catch the VOD. That is very true, Smikes. However, I also like to see animals. Maybe, Smikes, you come out too. Guys, Smikes coming out to TwitchCon, yes. Scully, how are you doing? Welcome in. Yeah, Scully, it sounds kind of like the Cincinnati Zoo that has, again, a botanical garden element as well. Nice look, they've got a butterfly garden, y'all. Monsil, are you SciAnts? You might be, Mossnil. Welcome in. So it's one of these monarch way stations that you see in a lot of different places, but they've got it nicely built out here. And it looks like that's the building right there that we were in. Yes. Although Golganak, did you know that Elizabeth Ann cannot give birth? It turns out there was an ovarian issue with Elizabeth Ann. So they cloned again Golganak from the same source. And the hope is that this go round, there'll be no ovary issues. The ovary issues were not a function of the cloning. So it's not that something went wrong in the cloning. It seems like black-footed ferrets have issues when it just comes to oogenesis in the ovaries. So it is not because there was anything wrong with the cloning technology. It was just something just happened to go off to the side, and you'll never know what it is, but kind of interesting element on that one. All right, y'all. Oh, and here's this nice butterfly component here as well. I like the butterfly. Exactly, Golganak. We did an update of it a few weeks ago on Science News Friday, and I was like, oh. I'm like, that's such a sad update. Oh, and chat, we do have a new YouTube short that just dropped. Make sure to like and subscribe to our YouTube page. Brand new short just dropped on the YouTube. Check that out, y'all. Hold on, just texting Lita. There we go. Then I can get a slushy. Oh my God, Sam. Sam, listen, I am overheated again, like yesterday, which means I would like a slushy. Will I get a slushy, Sam? Probably not. But I would love a slushy. Y'all, Smike said yesterday, and he's right. I have a slushy problem. How hot is it there in non-freedom units? So Agathor, there is a command that you can use to translate between freedom units and non-freedom units. It is 87 degrees Fahrenheit, if not a little higher. Hello, Kestrel. So Dacum, here's the thing. My mom took me to a Boy Scout meeting when I was but a wee lad. And she was like, you're not joining this. That's all I got, Dacum. It is very humid. Yeah, Agathor, it's very humid. Oh, we did do the entire trail walk, which is nice. So this is where we started. That's where we got our little nature guide. I've liked this place a lot, y'all. It's Dacum, please judge me very hard. We've never been here. We've been coming to this island for years. And we've never stopped by. My mom wouldn't let me join Joy Scouts because of the area that we lived in. I think Laura Gale and my mom was just kind of skeeved out by something about the troop. I believe was the issue. Isn't it really pretty, Dacum? And there's so many different kinds of plants too. Oh, there's Lita.
They're starting to close up. I got you a shirt. I got myself more water. And then the Wi-Fi just kicked in for me.
Lovely.
Chat. We can always see if the Wi-Fi decides to be agreeable. We could always try to pop back in another day if we're
To see the
looking
inside part.
to do a more thorough walkthrough of the inside.
Hi, Nerduino. Professor Lita, how are you? Guys, the only accredited NASA scientist, or anyone with any kind of astronomy educational degrees here on Twitch with a PhD in astronomy, master's in engineering, and Britishisms. Welcome in, Nerduino.
Britishisms.
Well, I don't know. He's got 2 masters, but he won't tell me what the other one is in. Engineering and something.
Fine arts paint.
All right, guys, how's that audio?
Are we back?
Hello? Hello? Back. Okay, cool. We back. All right, chat. So here's the question. Do we go into town for a few minutes today? Do we look at the waterway? Or what should we do, Lita?
You tell me.
Well, if we go down just a little bit, we can go out on the dock, but I guess it's really sunny.
It is very sunny, and I think the camera might be at its...
Yeah, so we probably, if we did that, we want like the cover for it or the fan.
Or just a different...
Let's go into town and take a look at the lighthouse.
All right. We have different states of flowering. So we have a magnolia flower here. And then, can we focus on this? This thing does not want to let me focus, I'll tell you. I have enough trouble focusing myself. I don't need technology keeping me from focusing. There we go. I love these things. Will they let us in? You mean with the streaming? I don't know. Balint, I'm not sure we want to take the ramp because it's in the sun.
Okay.
I think we're going to just try to limit the amount of sun time we have.
Guys, make sure to go follow Dr. Javasaurus. Not only did he rescue us during Gimbal Fire, but also he's another scientist. Go drop him a follow, right? Meow.
So we'll see if they're going to let us live stream, and we'll see what the cell service is over here, guys.
Enjoy your visit. All right.
They have a lot of no's here, chat. That's a lot. But still, if we follow all of the rules, we're encouraged to enjoy our visit. Hi. We just wanted to check out the museum, yeah. Balint, I'm gonna let you.
Oh, okay. Hi, Ramon. How's it going?
Wow, that's really cool. There's some that are still working. Yeah.
The reproduction moderator lamp. As these are elements of the upper part. Okay, it was reconstructed, the plans for 08.
It was rebuilt multiple times. It was built in 1833, rebuilt in 1848, 1852, and 2008. Wow.
That explains why the first time I saw it was around 2008. That's cool. I like that fact. I had no idea.
Oh, Balint, I don't know if you saw this, but they said the St. George Lighthouse was built here in 2008, but the first three, so the one in 1833, 1848, and 1852, were actually on a different island called Little St. George Island.
Oh, okay. Huh.
Interesting.
Hi, TF. Welcome in. This is a child's rocking chair, Java.
Okay, and then Balint, when you have a chance, I want you to take a look at this map. This is really cool.
Where is it?
Over here. The need for a lighthouse. So this is where they have the information on that it was rebuilt, but the shifting sands on the barrier islands caused them to change shape over time. So the map above shows St. George as one continuous island in 1837, about 30 miles in length and generally less than a mile wide, but the map to the left, drawn in 1858, shows quite a different picture. So to the left versus the right.
That's really cool.
Yeah. Over time, hurricanes and current action created channels, making St. George into multiple islands. New Inlet was one such passageway that periodically separated the western third of the island. At times, a small island called Sand Island appeared at the western tip. Then the sand would shift and fill in these channels, and the island would be one again. That's cool. Very cool. In 1954, Congress authorized the United States Army Corps of Engineers to dredge a permanent passage through the island from Apalachicola Bay to the Gulf of Mexico to allow fishing boats from Apalachicola speedier access to the Gulf. That's cool.
And just showing some of the events each year. Oh, there's a picture of the old one, Lita, in 04.
Interesting. And then the 1949 one. I guess at this point in 2004, it was looking a little ragged. But the one on Cape St. George. Okay, so and this is what it says for the placard on 2004. The St. George Lighthouse Association is formed to rescue the light when continued erosion destroys part of the new foundation and leaves the lighthouse standing in the water of the Gulf. So this is just what happens, you guys, when you live on an island. It's always shifting. That's what it was in 2004. This is something else here. In this lighthouse has had a rough go of it, you guys. Holy moly. Hurricane Opal washes out the base of the lighthouse and moves it off its foundation, causing it to lean 7.5 degrees from vertical.
Yeah, we have 7. Okay, so 2 don't go up. Yeah.
So this is a picture of the lighthouse from the late 1800s. And then we have, I'm kind of going out of order here, guys, but Cape St. George Lighthouse is automated, 1949. Cool. And the shifting sands, you guys, constantly shifting ecosystems, ecosystem edges also, right? All right, what are you thinking, Balint? Do we want to walk in and see if we can get you a slushie? And then,
let's find out slushies.
And then call it, because I know we have family probably starting to wonder. All right, chat, here we go.
I enjoy that Lara Gale was like, I hear that same sound because she's also got the alarm system. So she's like, oh my God, who's coming in the house? All right, y'all. Woo! This is a messy proposition.
All right, so with this, do we want to, ooh, mine is already overflowed again.
I'm so sorry.
Chat.
All right.
Am I going to eat a bright blue thing? I will give it a try, and then I'm probably going to hand it to Balint.
I think it's probably going to be the case. All right, y'all. Thank you for hanging with us today. The Estuary was, I think, really, really cool and a lot of fun to be able to go check out. We'll be back live tomorrow night, 8:30. We're going to set up some insect collection sites, and then we're going to do a night beach walk, and then we're going to check out what insects that we identified.
Yep.
So it'll be another evening stream tomorrow, and then we'll have something for y'all on Thursday and Friday.
Yep.
It's still
It'll be something. I think we'll keep the times the same, but we're gonna just keep you guessing as to the details. But it will be cool marine/beach science. I can promise you that.
And then Saturday morning will be a beach walk at 6 a.m.
Mike, is that you asking how bad it is? I mean, it's bright blue. All right, and with that,
let me go ahead and
it
fire
is
up
cold though.
the Raiderino. Y'all, we are going to go over to the game dev queen of Twitch by the name of Miss Lana Lux. Lana has rated us an absurd number of times, and we've never been able to get her back. So we're going to go over to Lana. She's a game developer extraordinaire. She's one of the best in the business. Very kind, very welcoming. She makes everything on stream, everything from the assets to the physics to the games, using the Unity game engine. I think y'all will really dig her vibes. Thank y'all again for hanging with us. Thank you today for the raids. We had Findal, we had
Jackie codes. Thank you all very much for those Raiderinos as well. We appreciate the heck out of each and every one of you guys, and we'll see you tomorrow evening.
Tomorrow.